Controlling mother-in-law demands. We child-proof the wedding for her three spoiled brats. They destroy the cake until they're all forced to leave. I, 29F, married my husband James, 31M, last month. And while the wedding turned out beautifully in the end, it nearly didn't happen thanks to my charming mother-in-law Linda and her three grandsons, her little angels. Spoiler alert, they're not angels. They're tiny, sticky-fingered, chaos-generating monsters. Linda has always had a way of making everything about her. She's loud, controlling, and deeply convinced that her family's traditions must be maintained at all costs, including allowing her grandchildren to run wild because they're just expressing themselves. These kids, ages 5, 7, and 8, belong to James's older sister Tara, who is just as entitled as her mother. When we started planning the wedding, I made one simple request: an adult-only ceremony and reception. I love kids, but we were going for an elegant candlelit evening vibe, not Paw Patrol Live. Everyone seemed fine with it at first, but then came the call. Linda rang us one evening and said in that syrupy, fake sweet tone of hers, "Honey, we'll need to make some adjustments to the guest list. Tara's boys simply must attend. They'll be devastated if they're excluded. They're family." I calmly explained our reasoning again. Linda immediately launched into a guilt trip about destroying family unity and how children are the heart of every celebration. James tried to back me up, but she steamrolled him, saying she'd personally ensure the boys behaved perfectly. Against my better judgment, I reluctantly agreed to let them attend, on the strict condition that their parents keep them under control. The next few weeks were a nightmare of suggestions from Linda. She started emailing me lists of childproofing ideas. I'm not kidding. She suggested we use plastic plates instead of china, remove the candles, and serve chicken nuggets as a kid-friendly alternative to our plated dinner. She even asked if we could set up a play zone at the back of the reception hall so the kids don't get bored during the toasts. I tried to stay polite, but when she forwarded me an email titled, "Fun Ways to Make Your Wedding More Kid-Centric," with bullet points about bouncy castles and juice box towers, I lost it. I replied, "This is not a children's birthday party, Linda. It's our wedding." She didn't take that well. She accused me of being pretentious and alienating family. James and I fought over it for days, but ultimately, he told me to let it go. It's just one night. They'll be fine. Fast forward to the big day. Everything was gorgeous. The ceremony went perfectly, the food was delicious, the music was spot on. For about 45 minutes, I genuinely believed we might get through it unscathed. Then the kids struck. First, they started running up and down the aisle during our couple's photos. Then one of them spilled orange juice on the guest book. But the real disaster came during the cake cutting. Our cake was a three-tiered masterpiece: buttercream, hand-painted florals, delicate sugar details. I hadn't even had a bite yet when I heard Linda shrieking, "Boys! Boys! No, no! Oh, never mind, they're just curious!" I turned around, and my blood froze. The three of them were at the cake table. One was poking his finger straight into the frosting. Another was grabbing handfuls of it and eating with both hands. The youngest was literally licking the side of the bottom tier. There was buttercream everywhere, their faces, their suits, even on the tablecloth. The cake was destroyed. Linda rushed over, flapping her hands uselessly. "Oh, it's not that bad," she said, laughing nervously. "Boys will be boys." Tara joined in, scolding me for overreacting when I said they had ruined our wedding cake. She actually said, "You should have known better than to have something so tempting at kid height." That's when James, bless him, finally snapped. He told his sister and mother to take the kids and leave immediately. The entire room went dead silent. Linda started crying, saying we were humiliating her and ruining a family moment. Tara tried to argue, but James stood firm and had security escort them out. After they left, the tension broke. The rest of the night was amazing. Guests joked about the cake incident, the staff managed to salvage the top tier, and we ended up having a blast dancing. The next morning, Linda sent a 5-paragraph text accusing me of turning James against his family and being heartless toward children. I replied with one sentence: "Next time, keep your spoiled brats and unsolicited advice far away from my events." She hasn't spoken to me since. Honestly, it's been peaceful.